right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome back to more Chaos Zero Nightmare. We are going once more to find the perfect Maribell deck. Now that we've done the initial testing, we've done a little bit more figuring out of how the build can actually come together. We're just going to go into Lab Zero, fix up the decks a little bit, and hopefully push ourselves to like 50k or even 60k damage numbers in a single turn. So that is what we're going to be working on. We'll be starting with Maribell and then doing Amir as well. But yes, I know how hard the Nia deck can be to farm, James, so sorry to hear that you're having not the best of luck with it so far. But we do have a little stamina to spend here that I am going to do first, because otherwise I know I will forget. And then we'll jump into Chaos. And these battle missions I'll take care of sometime offline. Go to our cafe, make sure that we are getting our coffee. I've already burned my double resource, so I'm good on that end, but we do need some more Vanguard books while we're at it, so at least we know that's what we're going to be spending some stamina on today. And, you know, maybe at some point we'll go back and talk about the potentials, because I realized after the fact in my video, because I'm pretty sure I technically said that, for example, with Maribell, I'm pretty sure we talked about how the health node wasn't that important, but now technically, right, if we know that the biggest boost from our damage is going to come from increasing our maximum amount of HP, which doubles for our shield maximum, these nodes are actually pretty good. So unfortunately, I kind of need to invest a little bit in Maribell if I really want this to kind of go the distance and get some of the bigger numbers. So also plus crit chance is just going to be good for us. So we might actually just be burning through some regular potentials here first. Again, this potential really doesn't do anything for us. Unfortunately, this means we are going to have to promote her again as well if we really want to go for these last couple damage. Or again, not even, I guess we don't even need this one, right? We just really need the increased health as well, just to try to stack as much HP as possible to make this entire build work. So what do we even need for... Yeah, so I feel like it's going to be a lot of Vanguard books, unfortunately. So, one thing at a time. I guess we'll just go ahead and jam some books here. And I know this isn't like the most ideal team to farm this with, but we will. Oh God, please no! Don't get. I'll say, please don't put me on the auto. But we'll see how far we want to take this, right? You know, any HP increase that we can get technically is going to be a plus for us, so we'll see how much resources we really want to invest into Maribell to try to push us up as high as it can go. Because again, at some point there's going to be diminishing returns, and also just with respects to other characters that we probably should be leveling up, right? There's some focus there of making sure we focus on other stuff where we can. What's the benefit of keeping combatants in their broken down state? If I know that I don't need their save data for anything, it just saves the money. If you have the counseling stuff to get them out of their breakdown state, then by all means go ahead and do so, but I'm lazy, I guess, in that regard. I really can't wait for us to get that, the number of runs in one turn fixed, just to make these a lot faster, hopefully. All right, good amount of damage. Like I said, for those that are just jumping in here, welcome, welcome. We're just going to burn some stamina really quick, and then we're going to go back into our Maribell runs. Also, the other thing I realized as we were doing that, I should have given a shout out to Mutant Predator gear, because technically that will be better than Obsidian Sword in the build. It's just it hasn't been all that relevant yet for boosting damage, so I kind of forgot to mention it. But we'll post a proper like final version of the Maribell deck once we farm it up tonight. Thankfully, in the Zero system, it should be fairly easy to get the pieces we need, so we'll see how long it takes. Unfortunate amount of HP left. Nothing like a handful of lasers. How long do you think Vanguards are actually going to be using it before DPS takes over? Well, I want to say that they'll have a good they'll have a good use for them, but that is something I am legitimately worried about. I think it's just one of those things that we have to accept that, you know, the devs might make the content more favored for Vanguards, but we also have to recognize that there are things like in City of Mist, right, you can get the thing that generates a bunch of shields for every time you exhaust an attack, and there's a ton of ways to make that, like, enough of a shield to get through content, so we're gonna have to wait and see what type of, like, punishments or limitations that they put into it before we really know how much, you know, damage dealers versus tanks are gonna matter. And of course, there's also something to be said about just having Calipe, right? Just being a perfectly fine character to bring along while also providing good amount of shielding. So I could see, like, you know, just a more very traditional sustained style of character being fine. I, of course, am a little bit biased and going to try to highlight Vanguards and try to showcase what the mode is actually supposed to be about, but I do recognize that might be a little bit difficult. Right, and other characters also do have shielding just baked into their kit naturally. I think it's going to be fun. Again, I think the biggest thing is just, like, how much will players really want to explore the different playstyle opportunities through different characters. That's going to be, like, the main deciding factor of how engaging or not it is for a lot of players. Up jokes on me to draw into that. I think that's a good number of lasers back, by the way. Rest in peace, getting even more of them back. Hey, thank you so much, brother. Hope your afternoon or evening is going well. Am I a Maribell main now? No, I just want to finish the build, at least. Like, now that I know the major changes I need to make for it to push significantly more damage, I feel like I owe the people a upgraded version of it. So I'll give it a couple more days just to make sure that we can finish the build, or at least have a good enough showcase of it, because I want to at least build finish a build for her that has 3 of the shelter strikes, because with the Nia build that we have, it's not unreasonable to think that we should be able to get like 50k or 60k or even 70k damage in a turn once we finish this build. And I think there is some benefit to having a showcase that's like, oh, by the way, now here's how Maribell can get similar numbers to Mei Lin, right? I think that's a pretty compelling story that hopefully we'll be able to showcase. But again, we gotta find the exact right pieces to get there. I know somebody was sharing a DPS mirror, but you know that might be like next on my list. Swap this back. Oh, do you mean Maribell? I mean, it's fine. Like, there's nothing. It's hard because it's like it is a combo deck, which is really cool, but it's just not as flashy. It's more about like this is doing a very synergistic thing. This is not doing a very flashy thing. Do legendary gear set pieces matter in this game? The substats specifically? I mean, yes, your substats or your overall stats will swing wildly if you have right substats or not. How lazy do I want to be for this build? No, I am going to go for the right start. If we're going to commit to this, I want to try to get it done in as few as of attempts as possible. So I'm going to actually go for the double removal start. The challenging part is that we do need to get a Shelter Strike copy on the first boss. Will be interesting to see if we can get it. And also, now that I have 160 points to work with instead of like the 120 that I had in the other run in trying to do Foretold Ruin, I mean, we should be able to have a little bit more flexibility in the neutrals that we pick up. Nope. But yeah, again, I know maybe I'm the crazy one, y'all, but I love Lab Zero compared to Zero System. The fact that your run can just end on like the third node in Zero System and there's no way to get out of it or, you know, without being punished, just feels so bad. All right, you know what? I don't want to sit here forever and try to loop it. We'll just take our not exactly ideal start, but a good enough start and hope that we get like the mouthful event or something. What build is the goal? We're going for a Maribell OTK. I just did a video on it, but I'm trying to further refine it now and get the actual missing pieces that we're looking for. Oops. So we need like a mutant. We need a mutant predator spike, a rib cage, and I don't think there's a trinket that matters at all for this build. Now that I think about it, because dimensional cube does not work. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Double shot, but the tunnel's out of place. Well, that kind of stinks. Yeah, we're just gonna go the top way then. Now, the thing is, the rib cage that we're looking for... So, Pridewind, by the way, has some wrong information on it, so that's where I'm trying to figure out what's correct or not, but... Ribcage apparently only drops from City of Mists on Priden's website, which I don't think that's the case. I swear I remember getting it in Laboratory Zero, but I'm not 100% sure. So if it doesn't drop in Laboratory Zero, we might actually have to go for City of Mist. Because double Ribcage is going to be a very significant damage increase for this build in particular. Also, I definitely owe a public apology to whoever it was a few days ago that had mentioned that there's a cap for shields, because we didn't hit it previously, but we have, in fact, can now confirm that there is a limit to how much shields you can have, which is, in fact, double your health. And it's like, well, that felt bad to learn the hard way, but it just... Okay, please. Oh, we technically do not need mutant sample. Oh my god, for Maribell, but that took way too much. That took way too much, man. The cap for shields is 2x of your max HP. So if I had a mirror in my party right now, my max shield would be 4,444. And so far, that has only mattered for a mirror, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt, but it might matter more in the future. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, unless you have the mythic item from the Foretold Ruin, and unless you have a build that is just, like, all in trying to chase it, I mean, you're not going to hit the shield cap anyways, unless you're doing the Amir shenanigans, which we are for Maribell. So do keep that in mind as well. There is, you know, an actual limit, and then there's, like, a practical limit where you're not getting more than, like, 1,000 shield a turn anyways. I wish if they ate your mutant sample, it would just, like, completely get rid of it. Like, I don't need it, man. You can have it. All you. Nope, we are not doing Cassius at all. The team comp is Nia, Amir, and Maribell. Like, just for everyone's record, like, going forward, I am just not going to include Cassius in any of my guides until we know how he's going to be changed, because I don't want to make a video today that gets, like, completely outdated a month from now, right? So the video I did today, right, on Maribell's OTK, that video should now be evergreen for, like, the next year of the game. Now, obviously, there might be better shield stuff, but we should at least be able to expect that it stays fairly consistent, or at least the principle of the game and how that works, or the principle of how you build up the shields within the game are going to stay relevant. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, I've been getting a lot of people saying that, like, for whatever reason, I'm, like, shadow banned on YouTube, which does make sense based on how my views have been the last couple of videos, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, there's also something to be said about making content that, I guess we'll just be safe. We'll take the safe removal here. You know, again, coming from a TCG side, I've learned that if you're trying to make a video in the gacha space, it has to be on whatever the shiny new toy is, or just people won't care. So me going back and making a Maribell video probably does, it's just not good for the channel. That said, this is a video topic that been wanting to cover for a little bit now, so I went ahead and did it anyways, and it's trending about how you would expect it to trend. No, I have not shown the Serennial home screen for that reason. Ribcage can drop in Lab 0 too. Thank God. Thank you. I've done so many different chaoses now, back to back. I legitimately forget where I've been seeing stuff. But as long as Ribcage is live in Laboratory 0, I'm just going to run Laboratory 0. I cannot be bothered running the rest of this stuff. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but if y'all wouldn't mind helping out the channel and making sure you go drop a like on the latest Maribell video, I would sincerely appreciate it. Because the last couple of videos just have not been going well. Oh, sick. We did get our copy card, so we're good. We got our copy target before the first boss. Awesome. Yeah, 600 damage. My Maribell just did more damage than my Veronica. Obviously, Veronica has her Ballista still for damage, but, you know, it is what it is. It's the spirit of it. Oh, Jesus, man. All right, thanks, Shock. Not a problem, Shady. I appreciate the kind words, too. It's just one of those things that, like, trying to figure out how in the world to try to make content, you know, and keep the channel going in the right direction. It's been a challenge. So, like, my personal goal, if it works out, I would love to do, like, every patch cycle, go back and do one video for a older character. But again, as I've been finding out very quickly, especially with, like, the Maribell video is probably going to only end up with, like, 3K views, which is, it's not a good number for a lot of reasons, but, you know, it is what it is. I want it out there, and hopefully people, you know, again, the video, for the content and for the synergy that's in that video, it should stay evergreen even, like, 6 months from now. So I think there is always still some value of putting out videos like that people can always go back and reference to get ideas for characters. I think it's just one of those things that, like, I gotta accept that I take the L on it and then hope people check it out later. Yeah, Vanguard buffs could do something for it, too. All right. Keep it going. And going into our tunnel here. Yeah. So again, we always have to go into the tunnel because we always want to trigger Core of Discord so that we can always kill the boss and then exit out without resetting our plan or anything like that, right? You get the extra copy chance, you get the extra mythic. It's always worth it. Now, of course, hopefully, our choices here are like, hey, get Eternal Hunger or bust, you know, which can always go on Maribell. We just need one more copy of Eternal Hunger somewhere between my two characters that I need to farm up. All right, well. Ask and you shall receive, I guess. Also, low-key, I hate that I always remember this stuff. Like, I wrote a script and everything for that video, and I wrote down a bunch of notes, and I wrote down a bunch of other stuff. But what's really cool about this version of a build in particular, right? When your copy target, let me go back. When your copy target is going to be the card the mythic, right, that can't get epiphanies, this means we are more free to just get as many divines or not, I shouldn't say as many, but we can get a lot more divines in our deck because the card that we're copying does not get that extra divine tax like it normally would if you're copying a different card. So Shelter Strike just being a neutral card that gets copied is great for us. That said, I don't know what we really want otherwise for, like, our cards. Divine upgrades is always going to be best because we can get resolve stacks on it. However, it's not really important because the OTK is really going to be focused around a mirror giving us the max shields anyways because that's how our kit works. So I will say if there's something to, like, be said about divines for Maribell in particular, you really just want, like, draw ones or, you know, sometimes cost reduction is fine, but there's nothing that really sticks out for, like, oh my god, you have to get this one divine for Maribell. Same thing with Amir, I guess. Like, Amir doesn't have one that really jumps out to me of, like, oh my god, you want to get, like, this type of buff on it. Just your generic draw stuff and whatnot is perfectly fine. Which one is random again? Trigger two cards to... No, selected. I'm even trying to remember, y'all, which one is, because what? The upgrade is going to be resolve anyways, which is probably just better long-term. I think the most value that we get is probably still on a base upgrade card. Now, keep in mind, we do want a OIC upgrade as well. Like, we actually, all three of these are our 3 upgrade targets. That said, if we have a divine, I probably should just take the guaranteed upgrade choice and see where that takes us. I mean, yeah. It has a cost to it, which is fine. I do like the lead though for the counterattack, but you know, an extra resolve trigger, which again is going to give us the extra shielding, which is really nice. That's fine. So we are a-okay to take this. Also keeping in mind we have mutant sample, right? So we have extra wiggle room. Make sure that when you're going through this, whatever the next area is, that you always take your Core of Discord trigger. That is always important that you take that. I'm sorry that I stole your hunger RNG, by the way. All right, giant ballista one-time dealer. Love it. We're just going to do as much damage as we can this turn with the ballista, give it the reload stacks, and then we'll give it weaken, I guess. I tell you what, if y'all can get Veronica, just max her out. She's always worth it. That girl just does so much, man. Sure, technical analysis. Don't really have a good shield here, but we'll do some damage. Again, without some type of like neutral support, it is a little bit more difficult to get value out of Maribell's kit. And literally anything for the last hit. Do defense-based attacks have crit chance? Yes, they do. The only thing different about them is that they scale differently, is the important part. I don't need this one. We'll take the credits. But keeping in mind, again, for this very particular version of Maribell, because it says it deals fixed damage, you do not get benefits from attack or defense or anything like you normally would for defense-based attacks. Oh, did we still have our 1 damage buff this whole time? Holy cow. They are both attacking me, though. So something to keep in mind, though, is that the fixed damage does still get boosted by things like the Passion Goblet and things of that nature. Oh, we do not get the upgrade. Well, I don't like any of these, actually. So this is like an AoE one versus a single one. So, unfortunately, a bit of a whiff here. Like, we want to have the upgrade for deck thinning, but we'll just grab ourselves some extra counterattack in case we want to use this in, like, a Magna build, which is something. We already have our copy target, so we don't really want to try to get any other additional epiphanies, and we're going to hope that this is a mouthful event to give us more removal. Okay, we do get our trinket that we were missing, so I am not going to fight him, because, again, we don't want to trigger an epiphany that we don't need. We're going to get our evade, and then go into the boss, and hopefully get our shelter strike. Is starting with converting a basic better than another removing 2? If you get the removal event, if you are someone who wants to truly live the dream and let's say you get the mouthful event, then yes, it can be because you get reduced cost or reduced save penalty. The problem is a lot of people will take that and then not remove those cards, and then they ruin their copy chance at the first boss. Oh, actually, wow, we are kind of SOL here with copy. We needed more removal. Yikes. This might be an early leave, actually. This is a little bit unfortunate for us. Alright, well, we're gonna kill the boss all the same, but we need to get pretty lucky. Now, because we have the Eternal Hunger, we're probably gonna finish it anyways. Why did I just do that? I was just talking about how bad our Epiphany chances is, and my brain auto-defaulted because I want my Ballista. But now we gotta do this whole fight without my Ballista, man. Painful. I mean, surely we can do enough basic damage. A little bit of shielding, I guess. So, the good news here is that we still have our rapid fires, which can generate a Ballista for us, which can combo with her ego skill, so Surely we can get there. Get our max reload stacks for whenever we do get to use a card. Oh yikes, double wound is not good. Oh, and she came back right away at least. Don't really have anything we can use it for, so we're just gonna eat the damage probably and hopefully get something on the following turn. I mean, slowly but surely getting there with counterattacks. A lot of nothing. Would have been a great turn to get our Shelter Strike. But not taking a lot of damage at least, so. And counterattack doing some good work for us. And of course we draw into the Shelter Strike instead. Alright, we really need to generate a Ballista here just to get the damage going. Doing this without the Ballista from the start is really starting to get to us. Alright, I gotta dig here for something. Alright, we have Repose, which can get us something as well. Unfortunately, it draws other combatants stuff, so. Even giving one weaken is not going to do a lot. Okay, do get another Shelter Strike here, which is nice. That actually, do we have another shield we can generate? No. Alright, well, that was somewhat nice timing at least. 1604, we'll take that. Gonna have to see if we can do like Maribell Ego skill into another Shelter Strike. Next turn, we're gonna get our Ego skill. This is the real downside about playing Vanguards, is that like it takes so long to get through the content. Close but not quite, so we should be able to get on the following turn. God, did she have another break? Yikes. Alright, well, there is the good enough, I guess. So only a 422 shield, but heals 1500. Good enough. Alright, so we gotta do copy card first, because, again, this is gonna have multiple things that we don't want to hit. Oh, okay, and we do not get our target. Which means that this is going to just be a straight skip. Unfortunate for us. There's the other cards coming in that we didn't want. Oh, I guess I didn't realize that this one could be... That was the other one for it. Just take the exhausted thing so it doesn't pop up in the pool. We need at least one Eternal Hunger on one of our characters. It's just, do I think this is worth continuing? Because we still want to get... The ideal is that we get 3 of the cards, which I think at this point we just have to accept that we're not getting it this run, unless we get a copy event. What are we at? So we did get a divine, though. We do have a mutant sample. Ah, the mutant sample I keep forgetting about. It's probably worth, yeah, because we got mutant sample, eternal hunger. It's probably worth it just trying to finish it out, see where it lands. We have a shop into cool. We have shop into divine, so that does work out for us. Unfortunately, our Mika has been broken down multiple times, so she's not having a good time here. This upgrade does not really matter for us. Always attack weakness is pretty bad. I like the 2 cost just because it gives you flexibility for the Celestials, plus just gives you more shield. And play out all our other cards just the same. No leaks for anything regarding to Season 2 yet. Again, Season 2 is going to be next month. This update that we have coming up is just the tower, so we got a little bit to wait, unfortunately, for like the next major content update for the game. Big old zeros. Oh, that was our first evade. That was pretty lucky, actually. Okay. Again, we have actually really good crit rate, crit damage on her, so Maribell can do some surprising damage. I don't remember which one it is, man. I gotta pull up the little guide again. I feel like I did not see this guy for the longest time, and now I just keep running into him. Laboratory 0. Hope, Greed, Void. All right, multiple people saying hope. Thank you very much. I was pulling up the thing in the background. Well, that's funny. Get ourselves a shop here. Actually, how many more removal events do we have is the question. We have... Feels pretty safe that we'll get here. So we have two more removals. At most. So we can remove one more of... I was like, why is it taking so long to get Mika back? I see now. And the last two removals will just be for our basics with our Maribell. I say, can Ribcage not appear in the shop? I feel like I've never seen Ribcage in the shop, so it must be an event-based one. Which means it is going to be harder to get our target chess piece. Yeah, Veronica is great. Once you get past the no weakness damage and just realize that like ballistas just do that much crazy damage, it's very good. Which cards do I want to be removing if I want specific Epiphany card copies? Basically, yeah, just any card you don't want for other combatants that do not have the unique tag. The reason why Veronica Mika is such a goated pair is because they have a lot of unique cards between them. Oh, this is a bitch of a turn to get this, man. Oh, at least she came back. We'll get a weekend, I guess. Ew. Yeah, please just discarding my attack cards. That makes me really happy. Yeah, we'll pray for the crit. It's fine. Just crit. Just crit, 5-head. Still not enough. Never mind. All right. Rude. Oh, I guess the counterattack will do it. Deluge? Yeah, Deluge is fine. We're gonna cycle just to make sure that we can heal. Oh, maybe we don't actually have a heal left in the deck. I'm a liar. Alright, tunnel again. Try to get some of our other epiphanies. Again, not that there's like a lot of great stuff that we can get. We just really need to copy our Shelter Strike. Like, in a perfect world, we get a copy event with our Shelter Strike so we can end with 3. That is my goal. My goal is a Maribell with 3 Shelter Strikes and Ribcage. And that should be a good enough spot for us to get like the 50 to 60k damage range in a single turn. Yeah, Hugo Tressa is like one of the OG team comps. Like, Hugo, Tressa, Mika is a just super solid team. Bro, we're getting all the divines. Holy hell. Okay, damn, the draw one is sick, but this is actually the upgrade that we want. All right. Oh, we might really have to go fishing to figure out what is the best way to get the item that we're looking for. Also, this hand is terrible. I want to do the fun thing, but I need to heal, so I'm only going to do a small fun thing. Aw, I was hoping it would crit. Like, we actually have a decent amount of shielding if it does crit for us, but it, in fact, did not crit for us. So we have 435 shield, which means we're going to get one of our end attacks to do some extra damage with Maribell. So that is the one, like, that upgrade in particular has done a surprising amount of damage. Like, it's just small chip damage turn after turn when you actually get a finished build, but surprisingly does a lot of work. And now, thankfully, because we've been able to cycle our deck enough, we were able to actually get enough draw here to heal back up to full. No, Orlea I have not had a chance to use yet, unfortunately. I'm going to be waiting probably until her March update, because I haven't used my selector yet, and Orlea and Rin are the only 2 combatants that I'm missing. So I'm really hoping that I can use Orlea once that drops a little bit later. Oh, we didn't have a divine. We didn't have a card left to Epiphany, apparently. My bad. All right, never mind. We weren't even punished. It's fine. So we missed 1 upgrade, I guess. Man, we have not gotten, like, anything point-wise for her. Which is fine. I mean, we'll get the removal side of it. Maybe I shouldn't have gone in the tunnel here because I should have just assumed that I was going to get my epiphanies naturally. Yeah, it might have been a mistake to go in there, I guess. This is not the right one because we're not going to have draw effects, but I need it to not appear in the cycle, so we will take it and hope that we find one of the other ones later. Oh, well, this is not fun. Oh, no, we do have our ballistic. Never mind. Never mind, never mind, never mind. The stack that these guys get are really annoying to deal with. But the ballista at least lets me take care of the big one without worrying about it. Plus counterattack should go kind of crazy here, I guess. We're going to get our Whirlpool now, I guess, because we haven't removed Whirlpool yet, have we? Death, taxes, and Whirlpool, the inevitables, I tell you. I can't wait till we can get rid of Mika. Because, like, if it's going to force a card into our deck, at least make it better than Whirlpool, man. Okay, hold on. Which way do we want to go? So, we want double removal still. Double removal, double event. So, we're just going to go straight across, actually. This is a good old, just vomit whatever we get hand. Yeah, with only one shield person, it does make this a little bit difficult to get better numbers for Shelter Strike, but... Oh, we're one off. Oopsies. Again, it is kind of the downside that you face when you're trying to get Vanguards through Chaos, is that they just kind of suck. Takes just so long to carry them through. As long as our stress levels don't get too high, should be fine. You know, on one hand, having a bunch of shielding and healing makes Chaos is kind of comfy, but on the other hand, it does just take approximately 1 billion years. I guess I should have healed first. Three resolve is kind of funny because we are trying to build up a shield, but not exactly what we'd normally want to see. All right, well, we really need this to hit Shelter Strike really, really bad. It feels bad saying that we need to hit the card that doesn't have an Epiphany on it. Man. I just realized this is not a unique upgrade. That's kind of funny. How good is that? It's like an extra 500 damage. All right, you know what? Sure. Tickle me interested. Unfortunately, like, you have to get multiple Shelter Strikes is the problem. Like, that is non-negotiable for this build. So I think we might be entering the more nice to have, you know, kind of category of it. How is it still giving us all rare items as well? Okay, well, at least we get Obsidian Sword. Damn, we cannot get any help this run. We don't... Oh, we didn't even get a neutral card, right, to pick up, so we don't even have the... We don't even have an extra divine on anything. We could try to get a neutral... I mean, whatever. I guess we'll see what the options are at least. Like, we have the points. If we get, like, a various upgrade or something... Nah, it's all terrible. One more battle probably does not matter here. I mean, we're going to fight the boss just to see what the build finishes out as, but not getting the ribcage and stuff is going to limit us how much we can really do with this. Yeah, Rei just feels a lot worse, though, because she doesn't have the emergency healing properties what you get with, like, Water or Blessing. Or Water Barrier and Blessing of Water. No, no mythic cards can get epiphanied. Which is a pro, but also a con of the of the deck. Boy, howdy, we are taking infinite damage. So what happens when we don't get our ballista? Yikes, man. Gonna try to save the ego skill for when we have Shelter Storm in our hand, or Shelter Strike in our hand. Try to deal more damage that way. Oh, and we got hit by a weekend at the same time. Rough. Or an impair, I think, is the shielding one, but... I mean, 356 shield is pretty funny because we're going to get the extra 100% damage with this for 292, so... I guess it can also crit. Alright, we finally got back to our ballista. Everything is okay. And by everything, I mean, not really. We're still kind of hurting here. That's probably not going to crit either. We're going to burn the Eternal Hunger to give us another reload stack and pray that it crits. Actually, you know what? We do have 5 actions here, so we can... I guess we can pop for healing here. Heal up a little bit, get more reload stacks. Ah, 82. Oh, there we go. The extra strike, sure. So this is really funny because now this means with a mirror, we're going to get an extra like 4,000 damage strike the turn that we combo off. So, I mean, that's something, but again, we're kind of, if we can't get a second Shelter Strike, doesn't matter. So I guess like there is technically a second copy target for this deck if we really want to try to min-max the memes a bit. And we didn't even get a Mutant Spike, unfortunately. Yeah, we did not get anything that we were looking for this run. I mean, we can loop a little bit just to see what else we might get. Crimson Sword's like funny, but doesn't do anything that we want. Nothing. Absolutely. Okay, this might just be the... We might just be cooked. Yeah, again, I will say, this is actually really hilarious to me. Because now that I'm thinking about this, if we stack this and this continues to work the way that it does, I mean, with a mirror that we know that we're getting a 4,000 hit shield, so like we're now getting like a 6,000 damage end of turn nuke, the turn that we combo off. And there's probably some value in that. So does 3 make it, you know, even more? Now, unfortunately, like copying a Shelter Strike is always going to be better than copying the OIC in this situation, but we'll see what it gives us. And we're going to pray like hell that he does not eat our Ballista off the start. Every time, brother. Every time. All right, so bigger picture, we probably should have quit this run out sooner, but we have learned a little bit as we were going through it, so there was some information gained, so not a complete loss. Spend an entire turn just ramping up upgrades, I guess. Again, big problem here of not... the wounds is not helping. Not getting our ballistas back. All right, you know what? Good enough. Give us a little bit extra damage to trigger the void to hopefully get our upgrade back on the following turn. All right, well, that actually worked out for us. And we're going to save the shielding here until we get our Shelter Strike card. Once again, Veronica, real MVP. You could put Serennial instead of Mika. Maybe. I forget how many uniques that she has. I think she has... No, Serennial has 0 base uniques, right? If I remember correctly. Like, that doesn't necessarily feel good. Again, the entire point of having characters that have a lot of uniques is that so we do not miss the copy chance like we did earlier. Because if we took any other characters, we would have had an even worse chance to copy the card that we wanted. So if we're already missing on the best odds that we have, I want to make sure that we stay in that kind of that ballpark, as it were. It is just a probabilities game at the end of the day. All right, well, cool. We get the Shelter Strike, I guess. Man, I feel like we can do a better shield than that. We gotta go bigger. We gotta go bigger. I don't even know if there's cards left in the deck, but we're gonna try anyways. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Give me big shields. Big shields on dunking on the dog. Now please crit for the memes. There we go. Man. Ugh. Unlucky. I don't think that there's a neutral even worth trying to get. What are we even at this point? Oh my god, we're so under on points though. God damn. I guess try to buy... Well, we have one more shop. I guess, sure. We have one more shop chance. I guess let's not give completely up yet. I mean, hell, the last removal is 50, right? Beyond that, do we actually have enough to eat another? Wow, we could actually remove another. Wow, do we just, what would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be one. It'd be like a 3-card deck if we go that way. Again, the biggest problem here is that we don't have a second Shelter Strike, so we can't get like an extra 14k damage. Bummer. Also, no Ribcage, like, so we're still not in a good position that way either. I should have discarded the Whirlpool as well. This is me now going a little bit too far into the weeds of a meme build that won't matter. If we would have got the first copy boss and then got into this same exact deck, this would have been sick. I would have like been done with it. Like I'll take the Ribcage L and not finish it, right? Don't really have a way to get extra shield here, unfortunately. Hate this guy with a passion, though. For this reason. I guess we could have discarded it with Nyx, but all those stacks hurt so much, man. Fortitude neutral card for shield or the Blessing Voice one? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Would have really liked a Shelter Strike here, but I think we just gotta try to mitigate as much damage as we can. Or even going into the Whirlpool probably would have been better. All those stacks of vulnerable really, really getting. Oh, there we go. Now we're gonna get some crits. And now we have all the stacks up. So this should deal 1,500. Oh, so we should kill him off of these stacks from the shield trigger. I'm very curious to see how this stacks now. Wait, why did that only do... Oh, I guess it does not... Hold on. Is it not stacking? Why did that only do 238? Did I have a weaken? Huh. That should have done a lot more damage than what it just did, and I did not catch why it might not have. Oh, sick. Well, we actually got... Sure. We got the legendary we wanted. Finally. I guess we'll see if we can, like, YOLO pick something and then get an epiphany on it. The fact that we can't get another copy feels bad, though. Not that I'd want to give up my tier 14, but at the same time, I'd really like to get an extra copy here. Damn, straight nothing, man. Never mind. Whatever. Alright, that was enough of that meme run. Owen! Thanks for the follow. And that notification, I don't know why that is not working still. Oh, wrong button. I'm Sue with the rate of 31. How you doing, brother? Thanks everyone for swinging through. Oh, now, so that alert worked and the other one didn't. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the stream. We are getting down with some Maribell OTKs and trying to hunt the last couple cards we need to push even like 50 or 60k damage. How was your stream, man? Yeah, unfortunately, I think like this is pretty funny, but you know, this did not combo out as much as we wanted, man. If this could have gotten us the extra Shelter Strike, shoot, like this would have been really cool. Yeah, so I did see the raid notification pop up that time. I'm not sure why the follows are still not working, though. Thank you so much, everybody, for swinging through with the follows. This is a great time for me to figure out why this is not working properly, I guess, but... like, I'm getting the notifications. It's just not showing through on the screen for some reason. I do not know. But hey, if you enjoyed Maribell, and if maybe you're getting your Vanguards ready for the tower, I have set them up, or I did a video earlier today on our YouTube channel. You can just type !YouTube and go see the video that talks about this build that I'm working towards. And I guess I will save this one for the memes, but unfortunately this did not exactly build out the way we wanted. So, that said, right back into the mines we go. Yeah, it was just super small, unfortunately, so I just made it like giga big on the screen. But yeah, Selena, I know a lot of people are trying to chase it for the leaderboards, and I gave up so early. Just knowing that those runs take like several hours at a time, man. I just cannot do it. I cannot do it in my heart of hearts. But if you are going for a Selenial, I hope you're having a great time farming it out, or at least having some good luck in farming it out, because I am not that lucky. No, we finished the run, but it just didn't give us, we didn't get the Shelter Strike copy, so it didn't really matter for what we were trying to build. So we are trying to copy her Shelter Strike attack card, and then for gear, we're trying to find the Ribcage, which apparently drops in Lab 0, but I don't remember where it drops. But the Ribcage is the plus 12% max HP, because in this game, there is a shield limit based on double your health amount. So to truly push up our damage, we're trying to find a couple more HP items that we can get into our teams to extend our health. So like Sphere of Randomness would also be very good. So like the perfect setup, I guess, would be Sphere of Randomness with the Ribcage, but I'm not going to try to RNG that hard. For the build, but you know, that at least gets you an idea of what we're going for. But I'd say right now the number one thing I'm just trying to do is get 3 copies of Shelter Strike. That is all I'm asking for. Because with enough looping and with enough deck cycling with Nia, we should be able to get to cast all 3 in a turn. Which, based on the video that we put up earlier, our Shelter Strikes are hitting for about 15,000 damage non-crit currently. Ribcage can drop from the boss or the Chilling Godfather in the tunnel. Alright, well, good to know that we are going to always go into the tunnel anyways. Maybe that's why I remember seeing it so much. But yeah, right now my max shield for this combo I think was around like 4,200 or so. So we're trying to get beyond that. All right, and the same with every start. We are going to be looking for elites, shops, and the tunnel, of course. Show me a tunnel. All right, tunnels pretty early. Ooh, only one removal, though. Only one removal feels pretty bad, if I'm being honest. Like, this would normally be a reset if I was playing offline, but for the sake of the stream, I will actually just kind of do the battle all the same. How do you see which ones are unique? They'll have the tag on them. All the unique cards will have a tag. Not a problem. There we go. Let me actually... Now that I had a minute to type that out. So, again, for those that are curious about what the end goal is that we're trying to do for Maribell, I did put a video up earlier today, but my goal is to push for 60k. Like, that is the one damage amount in a turn that I'm hoping for. All right, no mutant sample this run, but it does give us extra credits. Yes, I do have that neutral card on my build because it does help out quite a bit when you're trying to find damages, turns where you can deal damage. Upgrade, thank you very much. Again, with Maribell, the literal only important thing is the shelter strikes. Everything else is, you know, you want to try to get upgrades just to get the cards out of your deck for cycling reasons, but we'll take the other ones where we can. How do you maintain the shield generation? Through neutral cards and just having the enough deck cycling. My team comp that I'm running right now for this build is Amir, Nia, and Maribell. I said I have to go up, right? I think. This way has an elite, but 2 nodes. Actually, I'm gonna try to hit the double. Gonna try to hit the double rare events here, just to try to get our mouthful event if we can to get the double removal on top of it. We do not have our copy target yet, right? Okay, we do not. So we gotta fight him because we do not have our shelter strike yet. I always lose my Ballistus, man. Feels terrible. After Maribell, we're gonna go back and clean up our Amir because I still have to. Now that I know what pieces I want, I have to go back and update my Amir. And then after that, I will go into Magna and Calipe as the other vanguards prior to the tower update that will be dropping. I think this guy is just going to blow up, though, so we're going to have to just shield. All right, whatever. Shield as much as we can. And the recent streams inspired me to finally start learning Vanguards. Nice. I hope you enjoy it. Like, there's some fun stuff to do. But, like, yes, they are, you know, more tanky focused and all that stuff, and they can be a little bit of a pain to get through when it comes to, you know, getting them through chaos because they do take a little bit longer since you don't deal as much damage. But there's some fun stuff you can do at least. I tested this out in Nebula Distortion just to deal damage, so I have not gotten a chance to test it for the pulverized bonus, which would be even more insane. I don't think there's a boss with a high enough HP that has a shield currently. But yeah, as soon as we get a boss that lets us do the pulverize on top of the normal damage, oh my god, we're gonna be really popping off. Oh yeah, duh. I guess Judas would work. Well, no, I guess not, because you'd have to kill Judas. You'd have to kill Judas phase 1 normally, and then OTK him turn 2, or phase 2. I don't know if that works against Judas unless you have the Wander card. I guess I could try it. I'm gonna be honest, I just keep forgetting that Judas exists because he's split up into 2 phases. Yes, Wanderer of the Void to stop actions from the opponent. Because, again, we are doing the Nia combo within the deck as well, so that just eats up a lot of actions, unfortunately. Please run away, Mr. Doggo. Yes, I know the bullets were supposed to go into the dog, but I do not care. Like, I don't have a good enough build to kill him on a normal basis. Hey, Ron, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Oh, how nice of the dog to let us cycle a couple more cards here. I probably should have used Nyx here to get a better cycle, but oh well. Well, I try to do all my testing off element, right? Because, like, the number one thing that I fear is people are going to be like, oh, well, you're just doing that boss with elemental advantage, so that's not a real build or a real test. Meh. Like, whatever, man. Oh, yikers. No, I haven't done the Mika shield because I just went with Nia instead. I was really hoping that Mika would get enough draw to cycle through, but she just doesn't, unfortunately. All right. Please hear me out, Veronica. We need a Ballista. Like, Vanguards also hate these guys because they just keep stacking up shocks, and before you know, you just can't do anything anymore. Definitely have to try killing one of these guys, like, as quick as you can to reduce the number of debuffs they give you. Thank you, Ballista. Good old water arrow, man. I mean, we'll take any source of damage we can to try to finish this. There we go. That is so tempting, just because it's a draw, but it's probably better just to remove the card from the deck to begin with, unfortunately, right? Instead of relying on a skill. And plus, just in case we get like a better divine or something else later, we just want to try to thin the deck as much as possible. Very tempting, though. We need to go up now for the tunnel. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Do get an extra removal event. That is always, always, always welcome to see. So now we just got to make sure we get our Shelter Strike and have a good chance of copying it at the boss. Bombardment is good because it's just a casual unique anyways, so fine card to get for us. Just because I can, try to speed this up a little bit. And bonk. So I do have a build with the Iron Wall neutral card that I'm going to test once Tower is out, that if it really matters, but my very TLDR first impressions of it is just, it's not worth it. The fact that it takes like multiple turns to set up, and the shield gain that you get is just not as beneficial as you might think. All right, back into the tunnel we go. You know what really bothers me too is, like, I remember when we were first testing out this build is that we were trying to get this is whatever. We don't care about the egos. We were trying to get a build for Maribell, and we got the ribcage like twice. And it's like, damn, if only I would have known to just take the ribcage. Selected cards. Yeah, the no Epiphany run chaoses just feel terrible. There is no sugarcoating that. I didn't even realize that she was the only, sure. So for me personally, I always take the 2 cost here just for the extra shielding amount, because your turn at worst is going to be like big shield opportunity into Shelter Strike, but there's probably some world where the 0 version is good, and then this one is really great. I wish if this would have got the Divine, it would have been so good for us instead. But unfortunately, why Maribell greater than Magna? Not greater per se, it's just we are doing a very particular build where you turn Maribell into a one-turn kill nuke. So it's more about just using them in a different way. I like Magna in other teams for sure. But if I finish this build the way that I want to finish this build, we should be able to do as much damage as Mei Lin. And that's not being, like, cheeky. Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, if I can get this build the way that I want it, we should be doing Mei Lin numbers in the game. It is that busted. Actually, let me go grab my cough drops really quick before I forget. Whoop. Oh, I threw him back here. Like, I thought I had him somewhere. Sell you on Maribell? We are doing 15,000 damage for a single action point. That's my quick sell on it. I did a YouTube video that you can see the full breakdown, but that's the build that we're working on. And that 15,000 damage non-crit is not even the max amount of damage that we could be doing. So I would not be surprised if, based on how this build can scale, we should be able to push 20,000 damage non-crit with Shelter Strike, and that's what I'm trying to push for. And honestly, once this gets finished, it will require way less work than Mei Lin as well. It's not a counterattack build. It's using Shelter Strike abused with Amir's ego skill. So yes, we're using Amir and Maribell together. As crazy as that is. Oh, yeah, it's this guy, isn't it? I remember now. Because this is the one that's Gluttonous Tailcoat or the Ribcage, right? Dang. So is this a reset moment then? Is that what everyone's telling me? Shit. Is this a upper right corner moment? Two. I mean, we got our 2 upgrades though, I guess. Still have a chance from the boss. All right, I guess we'll clear the first floor. Maybe we'll get our copy target. You don't matter. Maribell's 2 ideal team combatants are actually, this guy can also drop it, right? I keep forgetting that there's the both versions of this boss. Maribell is going to be paired with Amir and Nia. We are trying to get the Ribcage item that gives plus 12% to max HP. I am basically abusing HP stacking and shield stacking in the game. Is what we're trying to do. Like, our perfect build for Maribell is going to be Mutant Spike Weapon, Ribcage, and Sphere of Randomness from Cthulhu. I'll never get all of that lined up, plus the epiphanies and stuff that I want, but that is going to be the perfect build for her. Again, strictly for the version that we're trying to do. I was not paying attention that he was on his multi-attack mode. Shit. Hold up. All right, well. Which stat is healing base from? Defense. Yeah, thanks, counterattacks. That was real nice of you. Wait. Is that... Hold on. How does that armor read again? Oh. I guess I did not factor in multi-attacks off that. That's kind of neat. Again, not what we're looking for here, but neat. All right, help me out, Ballista, please. Oh, never mind. Maribell's just going to kill him anyways. All right, Ribcage, one-time dealer. Try another gun. Oh, we didn't get our fuck. We didn't get our copy target yet. Shit. Okay, well, if we don't epiphany on the boss, it's an automatic quit no matter what. Oh, wait, no! Oh, we had the epiphany thing, right? I was so focused on the item. No! I just bricked my run. I'm a dumbass. God damn it. I was... I hate everything. So, to get Dimensional Cube, you have to unlock Blue Pot 30 in the game. It's the exploration reward. And once you unlock it... Oh, thank God. Once you unlock it, you will have an opportunity to get the other, exploration rewards from Chaoses appear in other zones is what I'm trying to say. Brother, we all hate Blue Pot, I tell you what. Alright, the build is potentially still alive. Yippee. I will definitely take a moment up to heal. Yeah, y'all, I don't have good advice either. I'm sorry. Like, you just, you gotta bite the bullet on that one. It is for sure not a place that I am, even with Meilin, like, I don't like going there. Even with, like, a perfect Meilin, Veronica, Mika team, like, no. Maybe it's better with Serenial, but I haven't had to go back and farm it since then. My Nia, I think, is fine, but I have to go back and do it. Now that we know what gear I need for this build, I have to go back and redo my Amir, unfortunately. But, like, we're talking a difference of, like, tens of thousands of damage that I'm going to be able to leap up once I get the right gear. So, I'll spend a couple days on it just to, like, hey, look, Maribell's doing more damage than Meilin, right? I can make the stupid meme post on Reddit and have a Maribell doing 90k damage turn, right? Cool. But still, I would feel better if I put in some more effort and completed this best I could. Yes, replicated cards can be copied. We love big heal turns into ballistas. Alright, so as long as we get to copy Shelter Strike here, we can continue the run. We're still technically missing the gear that we need, but I'll be okay with, you know, at least 3 Shelter Strikes would go a long way. Okay, we are live. None of this matters. Oh, this is good for, like, a mirror, I guess, right? Ooh. I will take that double chalice, thank you. We do not want this on our Maribell. This is just a garbage forbidden. The fact that this did not cause 0 will never sit well with me. Yeah, Magna as well. Do we have a divine target, though? Nope, we just need removal and... Oh, we don't have her We don't have her ultimate card yet either. Do we want tunnel or do we want removal? Oh, yikes. There's only one more. Ugh. I think we actually skip tunnel here because we don't need the divine on her last card. And we need double removal to get rid of these still. Oh, wait. We have Resolute. We have MK2. We have Wolves. Yeah. We're just missing her legendary card. So we want to look for shops and we want to look for elites. So we want to go here and here. I guess we're just going to go straight across. And then this has double event. So one random event, elite, random, elite to try to hit ribcage. Or I guess if it's not a mutant elite, right, we can skip it technically because only the ribcagey guy can drop the item we're looking for. So we could like dip down here, then go back up. And then same thing here. If this is a mutant elite, we can go fight it. If it's not a mutant elite, we can do the event. Or I guess it's 2 either way. Yeah, we have the Discord core as well, so we'll go through that. I'm just trying to... Yeah. I guess we're just gonna have to hope. We still need our mutant predator spike as well. I guess we could try to get an upgrade for Veronica to get our Ballista to do something better, but this is fine. All right, well, double debuff's not nice. Excuse me. Try to set us up for like a ballista kill if it hits the right thing. I guess it did a little bit more than I expected it to, but that works out all the same for us. Nice, and we do get our card, so we are going to get our last epiphany as well. Again, hopefully it goes into the upgrade. If it doesn't, whatever. 103 shield is just not a lot. Good old counterattack damage. Please give us the unique. 2 agony and then morale and resolve. Come on, man. The resolve is something, I guess. So I'm mad because, or wait, no, is this wait, is it? I thought this was additive. Is it multiplicative? Hold on. Oh shit. Okay. I thought this was additive the entire time. It's been so long since I've seen it. Holy shit, actually. Yeah, sorry. We're eating the... Yoink. So it's important to note that cards like that do boost Sheltered Strike, so that is going to be another damage amplification for us. Bro, I haven't seen that item in like 20 hours of gameplay. Aw, shit. All right, well, moment of truth. Ah, yikes. Boo. I mean, we want the shield. It's just unfortunate. Was really hoping for the upgrade there. Or at least give us a divine to make it free. Yeah, right one was the pick there. It's just I would rather thin out my deck more when possible. She has a really good upgrade that combos with our big pop-off turn, but it's fine. When Season 2 will drop? February. Season 2 is not until next month, unfortunately. The only thing that we're getting in January for content-wise is the tower. Oh. Does the restart turn change the epiphany? I don't believe it does. Yes, the decks that we have will remain for a while. You know what? Can I just... Do I have Maribell up just so I can do this for the meme? Nope, I don't have Maribell. Alright, well. Only a 258 shield, I guess. Ah, boo. Didn't even crit. Yeah, honestly, my bigger issue is that once the event is over, it means that we have to go do laboratory... Or, sorry, we can't do Lab Zero outside of Zero System anymore. And I'm going to have to go in and do Zero System for everything. Like, I would rather perish. Try to do double ballista damage. Oh, I didn't actually draw a skill, I guess. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh, 46, come on. Owie. Oh, this is not good. Oh, I guess he'll just... no, we want to try to draw into another card if we can. No, I guess not. I was saying we want to try to draw into one of the more breakdowns if we can, but I guess I could have done the Nyx here to cycle. Whatever, I'll just take my extra money. No, no divine for me. The problem with Zero System is that you can just lose the run at like 5 minutes in, and then you have to waste an hour going through Zero System. So you don't lose, so you don't like infinitely neg on it. That's my big problem. And no heal. Damn. I mean, like, what are we missing at this point? We still have, like, a copy event, but we really don't need a copy event. Just gonna keep bashing my... I guess we want the shop, right? So no matter what, we're gonna go into this. Like, I guess we don't need ribcage anymore. We're just trying to find the other item instead now. Like the... So it's like plus 30... Now, this should be better than ribcage. It's just like, I'll have to make sure the other characters have ribcage then. Because we need more HP. No matter what, we need to get our HP count up. Ah, 164, damn. Can I please crit, brother? Ah, great. We have a... I forgot we had 1 AP left. Okay, didn't matter. No, the problem is you have to spend the credits or the orbs to get to reset the codex. That's the problem. Oh, I was to turn off. Gosh darn it. All right, there we go. Oh, one. So close. Getting murdered over here, though. Sure, just to pull that card out of the pool, I guess. Oh shit, how many removal events do we have left? This is the last one, right? Yeah, so we actually have to remove her stuff now. Yeah, we're way under on points, which is fine. So we have one more removal, and we just want to find our weapon, and we'll be good. Oh, we need our, I forgot about our relentless endurance. So what? It'll be 100 points. It'll be 120 points. It'll be yeah. So we have enough for one. We have enough for one neutral in all of this, which is fine. So we do need to get our relentless. I like this one just because it has the retain, so it gives you a extra shield boost, so you can combo with her abilities when you need it to. I wish there was a better, like maybe the protective shout's better because it does give you 230, but I mean, we get a lot more value. Plus the epiphanies on this are pretty sick. The epiphanies for 2 AP is always going to be a lot better. So we do get our relentless endurance, and now all we're missing is our predator spike, and we're good. Like, that's it. That's all we need. We just need to find our weapon, and I'll be happy. Hey, Neo. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I'm tempted to grab 2 if I'm being honest, but I'm not going to be that greedy. I don't want to, like, ruin our copy chances. All right, well, we got one more shop to try. I guess we can always get out of the checkpoint, right? If we are truly God's favorite, we will get it out of here. Nope. I will throw this on somebody just so it gets out of the pool of items, though. You hate to see him, Gloomy. Boy, howdy, give me some crits, man, because I'm gonna need it. The fact that we do not have her ego skill ready to go, kind of ouchies. Or we just get our epiphany right away, I guess. Let's deny the shields really quickly. Gloomy has killed way too many, for sure. We're gonna give him a weekend stack, I guess, just because we can. Alright, we'll just bop him all the same. Come on, good epiphany. Okay, unfortunate. God, I love a draw one, brother, but we need the vulnerable because of how it combos with Shelter Strike. Man. Tempting for sure, though. All right, we still need our gun, so we're gonna try to fight the elite and hope that we get it. Not feeling too good about our chances on finding it at the last shop. How many tactical masteries did you get, Neo? I gotta be honest, I still have not gone back to farm it. I know I probably should at some point because I'm only at like 1 mil flat now, but ugh. That's a damn good, yeah, that's a very solid save. All right, let's go into the, try to do a bigger Shelter Strike hit here for the memes of it. Aw, come on, why couldn't you crit for me? 1,500, that's all we could do? Man. Rude. Let's generate ourselves some extra ballistas here for more damage. Surely the ballista. How does the fixed damage formula work? So unfortunately it changes for every instance of fixed damage in this game, which sucks. But it is you just have to figure out what works and what doesn't work. I really wish that wasn't the answer. Come on, brother. We're gonna take it to pull it out of the pool and hope for the best. Oh, man. I am going to be a little upset if we go all this way. We actually get a really good chest piece to bring it together, and then we do not find the weapon. I'm gonna be a little salty. I'm gonna be very honest. Good heavens, ballistas, man. Not good timing for that. Oh god, then he changed into the bigger attack damage. You know what? Fine. Let's draw some cards. Surely this doesn't hit like a 0 or something. I hit a 1, I guess. Oh, sick. Double Shelter Strike. Crit for me, baby. Big old crit. Let's go. Maribell, the MVP. Thank you for carrying me through that. Unfortunately, we still have like one more attack to go. Do we have... What do we have again? We have the... Vulnerable is applied. Oh, no. That's the attack one. That's not even the right one that we want. When drawing your own attack card by an ability, that card plus 50% damage. I mean, Replica Core would work if we had literally any draw effect, right? Because I hate that these are all you have to draw the card, man. That makes these so bad. Like, we don't have any draw. Hate this so much sometimes. All right, one more combat, and then moment of truth if we can get our weapon or not. Oh yeah, I totally just remembered that she's still in a broke down state, so we might actually just die here. Never mind. Kind of forgot about that small detail. So yeah, just kidding. We might just be dead. Apply vulnerable, give ourselves a big shield. Oh, thank goodness. I was like, if we have to go a couple more turns, man, I might just be cooked. Unfortunately, we have no shield generation here to make use of this strike. Gonna hopefully cycle around to... I guess that'll help with Shelter Strike, but... we need to get our Ballista damages going here to chip away at health. Oh, that's a... well, that's annoying. Alright, gonna try to get some amount of shield gain to just make sure we can get our damage here. Alright, very good crit for us. Oh, nice. And we do got a Ballista here, so we'll let this deal some max damage, and this should hopefully either crit or at least KO this guy so we don't take any more damage this turn. Nice. Alright, we bought ourselves a turn, and then hopefully can find one more heal, I guess. Okay, well, I was going to say one more heal, but we also kind of need... we need an attack here to do a little bit of damage for us. No. Oh, man, no crit. Alright, take a bunch of damage, a bunch of stress for no reason. Nothing. Alright, well... I don't remember what this guy can give us, man. Oh, sure, I guess, because we don't have the, yeah, this is still better for us. Again, unless we get Sphere of Randomness, it's kind of awkward that what we have that actually works with this build. But that can apply the vulnerable stacks, which is helpful. All right, well, it all comes down to this, I guess. I'm just gonna, like, start buying other weapons in hopes it removes them from the reroll. Do we have, like, we can buy, like, an armor? No, I cannot buy another legendary, though, because I'll go too low in gold. Oh, I mean, we could still get it off the boss, right? Or the Core of Discord boss, so there's a chance. No, 130 means we save the last copy for the Ugh. There's the damn psionic combat suit again. Oh, thank God! Oh. Oh, thank you. All right. All right, we got there. Everything is fine. All we have to do now is get a copy off the boss, and we're good. Please give me my third shelter strike. That's all. That's all. I'm not asking for a lot here. Yeah, never doubt it as I'm sweating over here. Yeah, we might be asking for a lot to finish our perfect build. I know. Yeah, we do need to start getting our damage going, but yeah, getting the weakened and vulnerable on him is pretty sick, though. Oh, goodness. All right, well, this is kind of going south quickly. I mean, we want to use our reload so we can draw into, like, the more important stuff, but, yeah, we're kind of missing multiple turns here now, which is not exactly good. Oh boy! Oh boy! Surely this is not how we go down, bro. Okay, she did come back that turn. Good lord. I'm still gonna try to cycle these. Oh no, he has our shelter strike. What attacks do we have left? Not many. Damn, bro. Are we gonna have to wait for, like, these agony ticks because he has all of our damn cards in the void? Oh, there we go. We have MK2 strike. All right, there we go. Oh my goodness. But now I have no AP. Hold on. Let me get one of my APs back at least, so we can start our ballistas going, just to be safe. I don't want to jinx this at this point, man. Remove some of our upgrade stuff here. Yeah. Have your num-nums. All my shelter. I'm not allowed to have any damage off my Maribell, apparently. I've been holding this ego skill. I've been holding it for my shelter strikes, man. Yeah, the double card loss is not fun to deal with, as we're seeing in real time. It's just the tier 14 that I've had, and I've been farming it for a while now, and it's been holding us down. I guess we're just gonna cycle this skill and hope it's a ballista. Sure. I just want him dead. Yep. Difficulty 8, tier 15. My heart like sank reading those first two. I'm like, please don't let us miss here, man. I don't think anything else matters at this point. Because we don't have enough points for a basic, right? Or for a neutral. Oh, we do have. That's only one. Is that only 140? Oh, right, because this didn't divine. That I remember now, because we did not get the divine that I was counting. We could get another Relentless Endurance, but it just does not feel worth it. We could get the 0 cost retain card plus an Epiphany as what, 10 or 30 points? I have not seen that retain card in so long. You know what? Yeah, let's just try to go to another shop if I don't die to the stupid boss again. Technically, the 0 cost retain, that's like, oh, get plus 25% shield for every, I guess forbidden cards can pop up here. Not the one I wanted, unfortunately. No, because Fortitude cannot cost 0 unless it gets a Divine, which means it would cost too much. But yeah, I don't know what happened to it. I have not seen the Forbidden 0 cost card in like so long now. Alright, the game likes me enough to let me have my my ballista start at least. We have no ego points though, so I gotta just pray for some good shields. Eating my pendant is totally fine. Eating my ballista is not fine, though. Do I know how to get forbidden card copy? You have to go through a rare or vein event and get lucky, yes. Oh, we do have bombardment prep still in our deck. Nice. Max damage on double ballista turn is pretty nice. Or neither one crits, and that's totally fine too. Rude. God, do I hate everything sometimes. Yeah, we're just gonna eat some damage, I guess. I mean, sure, we got our setup again. Only 517 shield, but yeah, almost 2k damage. Nice. So you're telling me that buff stays too, right? Because it's the first time that I've gotten... Oh, is it not listed as a buff? It's just something that stays on the turn, I guess? Please crit. No, that's fine. How nice of you to not crit. I really need better substats. The other thing that's awkward about this build is that to get perfect Maribell stats, you want crit rate, crit damage, and then HP flat in that order. And it's just like, damn, that's a lot of weird stats to hope for. All right, step 1. Not what I want, my guy, but I'll make somebody wear it just to get out of the pool. Because the build that we're trying to do, it requires you to have a very high HP cap because there is a limit on shielding in this game that your shields can only be 2x of your health amount. And so that has been a drawback I've been running into. What card? Oh, the retain card I just said. Seriously, that card has not appeared in like 5 ever. I'm gonna assume aggressive mutant doesn't work because it says fixed damage. But that would be funny. Oh, we have multiple Oh, it is. Oh, you know what? It's not a It wouldn't increase the damage per se, but it is a tutor, which means it get. Oh, wait, no, it has exhaust, right? Mutant has exhaust. Ah, yeah, screw it. Never mind. Damn it. Not good enough. Because, like, we could save it for 1 turn, but it's just not worth the consistency point. So that's it, I guess. That's as good as we can do. I can't remove anything. I really wish this would have been an upgrade. All right, I mean, sure. That's as good as it gets, I guess. I would have liked the HP threshold, but... Oh, of course. As soon as I want to go test it, man. All right. I am going to go test this really quick because I'm curious how the Mutant Predator and the Wings stack. Now, keep in mind, I still need to fix my Amir, so we still have to try to get that corrected, but we should at least be able to have enough of the build to showcase, hopefully, more damage. Like, we should be able to break 30k in a turn with this new build, or this new version of it. Oh god, I have too many saves now. Lock that shit. This was a... Actually, I'll save that so I can test and figure out why that's not working. Because it might be bugged. And this is our... Oh, this is our AoE mob save file that we have. Mirror we have to update, and she is nothing. All right, well, let's see what happens. Hopefully this should still... If everything works the way it says it should, then we should at least still get a good look at our damage potential. As always, the first deck cycle is always going to be about just finding our upgrades where we can. So we want to draw through those first and then worry about the other pieces. And now we want to set our Eternal Hungers back on top of the deck. Oh, okay, well, we get our metal extraction, so we can go deeper. We can get our stacks generated. What do we have left in the deck? Sure, I'll gamble on a G chord just to try to get our skill. Nice. We're at max health, so that's fine. And we'll just put 2 more back on top. Now, if we really wanted to, we could actually... Do I want to? Because we put them on top? Yeah, we need to cycle our... We need to cycle our ego skills until a mirror pops up. So getting this extra draw here allows us to redraw into the Eternal Hungers and then cycle these. So we have more action points here that we can spend. Unfortunately, not really drawing into anything that... What we'd want to normally use here, but we can continue to stack up our mineralization. Yeah, Nia Eternal Hunger is the business, it turns out. Or unless we just don't get a draw of anything, actually. Oh, well, that is what we call a bummer. Alright, we'll just get a little bit of shielding where we can, and then cycle to the next turn. Trying to find one of our draw abilities before we go into the adagios. All right, well, losing the other adagio doesn't exactly feel great, but again, the name of the game here is we're just trying to stack up our abilities. We could try to high roll off the G chord again if we really want to. This not having the upgrade version is starting to irk me a little bit. But we do want to play skill cards so we can stack our metallization more. Nah, I'm just going to do this shield. A little bit more damage mitigation, just make sure we get our stacks going still. Oh, I just realized we still have to cycle one more ego skill. We still don't have a mirror. All right, we have a mirror live now. That took a little too much. And now we want to try to find our adagio. Our hand is definitely getting a little limited. I'm gonna use a mute accent to free up a extra room here. Put this on top. Metalize into metal extraction, which is gonna go AP neutral. Oh, I guess we do have another adagio just in case, but we're gonna draw the other metalize, see if we can. Nope. So we're at 29, but this is where like the ego skill matters too, of just making sure that like, oh, I could just reset this right enough times to until we got a mirror early instead of cycling through this. But you know, sometimes it's about the real view of this, of being like, hey, sometimes you're not going to always have perfect hands when you want them. All right, so we're gonna start with curiosity again because we're trying to find our draw. That is not, I mean, it's a good thing to get out of that pile, I guess, in case we want to draw into it. Dang, we are not getting... I don't know if this is just like really bad luck or we're really feeling this being an extra card. Okay, we got metal extraction in our hand this time. So we can do soul rip because we're going to be healing a lot. Put these back on top. Cycle for plus 1 AP. Force a deck shuffle. We can do Nias. Okay, would have liked to draw a couple of those. Oh, I just realized we don't have enough ego skill yet, so we're still a turn off. We're still a complete turn off from doing the full cycle, so I should have grabbed the metallization. I have not, it's been a minute since I've been like this deep into not having the right pieces for a mirror. In a perfect world, you want to have the Forbidden Hungers on top of your deck the turn that you cycle into it as well. Alright, so we're at 3,800 shield, but our max shield is 4,170. So we're still not capped on our stacks yet. Oh, we have to do a draw cycle here anyways. We can force the G chord to give us Adagio again. I guess we're gonna do it this way. Try to get creative with our triggers. Do we have another Metalize in our hand? I guess we have... Would have been really sick if we would have got one extra AP draw. 40, 31. So I said our max is 41. So we're one turn away now from having max stacks. So I should have left the Adagio on top. So that was maybe a little bit of an oopsies. We're just going to put a couple more stacks of Vulnerable on the boss and then hope we can get one more cycle here on the following turn. Because now this is going to be an off turn. He's just going to do his ability and call it good. So we have one Shelter Strike. We have to force a deck cycle here. We need to find like an Adagio. Ooh, but we burn a Shelter Strike. Don't think we're gonna have enough to draw and cycle all the way through, but this at least lets us get to our max stacks, and we have a couple shield items. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna need 5 AP. Okay, we did. This is why I wanted 3 copies of Shelter Strike. So we do get into the other one. We do have... Oh, we don't have an extra draw here. But this is fine. This is good enough. We're at our max total of shield that I said. So we at least have enough to go and do the full... God, I really wish we had another... Really wish we had another draw here just to cycle. Oh, but we have the vulnerable from the Metal Pierce. Oh, it's only 1 stack of vulnerable, though, where this is going to be 2. All right, well, unfortunate. We're not going to have the full combo, but we have 4 cards in hand. The other conditions are met, so... People will at least get to see the full thing that we've been trying to build to. And we're going to hope it crits for everybody back at home. So it would have been a 15,000 crit. Oh, come on with not critting, man. Let me see if... Boo hiss. I'll waste the sands. We'll see if we can get the... See if we can reset the crit chance of it. Oh god, I forgot where we were in this turn now. Or I guess it didn't matter because we had to start with the draw. I guess we could try going for the draw and then going 1 card deeper that way. You can't re-roll crit per se, but if you redo the turn, then yes, it will be a new instance of damage. Now I forget if we drew first or if we did Nia's Curiosity first. I probably did Nia's Curiosity first. Andrea Ver, thank you so much for the follow. Okay, wait, I definitely got punished there. Hold on. It was definitely Curiosity first then. Which would also make sense. Trying to find, like, the Adagio. I guess what's the trade-off if we just take the Shelter here? No, it still doesn't work out the way that we want it to. Oh, but that actually gave us... Oh, no, I think this was the same sequencing, right? Because then there's the 3 cards are... Yeah, no matter what, we still don't have a draw left in the deck. We don't have another way to get, like, 1 extra action point. But we could do, like, Metal Pierce instead of doing it this way. Alright, we'll see. We'll see if this changes the numbers, I guess, at all. I was just using this as our vulnerable applicator, which would deal a bit more for us, but we're like 1 action point short from getting to do everything I wanted to do. And again, we have to keep 4K hands. Okay, so 15,000. So we are technically over 30k damage now with this build. All right, well, now we just have to fix a mirror to give us more HP. But yeah, so unfortunately, like our Maribell is kind of like not great stat-wise. Like her crit chance and crit damage could definitely be better at 47.8 and 175, but that is what we've been trying to do. But now we are over 15k crits thanks to the new save data that we got. So I don't think I'm going to like this not being an upgrade definitely hurt because this is definitely a better source of damage. The downside here is that our Amir is actually like a pretty good save because we have a draw card and then we also have 1 Eternal Hunger. So getting a better Amir save is going to be a bit difficult, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure what else, like, Nia could have for... I guess Nia could have, like, a rally. No matter what, we need, like, a different Eternal Hunger. So, like, getting Maribell to 60 would obviously be super great because we get better base stats, which would help this overall build. But we are kind of stuck at just needing a little bit more draw power, a little bit more consistency, which can come from getting some of these to be upgrades or, like, getting the right G-Chord would have been a big deal. Definitely feels like this is, like, trying to get the split for Nia's Curiosity and Adagio again, I think is probably going to be pretty miserable, but... Oh, man. I don't know which is better to focus on at this point. This getting the draw was super lucky for us. I think I'm fine with this just not getting the upgrade, right? We just kind of have to accept that that's not going to hit, so... Like, this could be an upgrade. This could hit the... Well, it could literally have an epiphany, right? I mean, that's the most important thing. Building Shielder because we are going to have the Tower event that'll be joining us January 14th, where it's supposed to be a multi-wave style of battle. And the devs have said that you have to have, or it's going to be focused on, I should say, sustain and having shielders and vanguards. So we're still waiting for more information, but at least that's what the early roadmap and devs have stated in terms of like what their goals are for that style of content. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to try that again because I'm kind of stubborn, and I want to see if we can get all 3 in one turn. Or actually, a lot of people were doing Kentress, right? Yeah, it's like, here's the Amir fun time, right? Now, oh wait, we got to do all this other stuff. Discard targets. All of those. Oh wait, but this guy has this stupid contamination, which is going to slow us down, right? Like, that's not exactly where we want to be. So it's going to draw the next card and then leave that on top. Yeah, I probably should redo Nia, like, between the two of them. Yeah, I feel like the slippery thing is also going to mess us up. Also, I don't know how I ever kill the, like, ads in this build. Yikes. I guess I can just punch him. Oh, but then we can't get rid of the contamination. All right, we're just gonna play this by ear and see how it goes. Again, this is me doing it live, first time, all that good stuff, but the passion weakness should make for some funny numbers when we get like the full combo. And that's gotta count for something. Sure, I guess we get metal. Discarding it really doesn't do anything for us. I guess we'll draw just to see if we cycle. Oh, I did it in the wrong order, right? It should have been the other one. Oopsies. Oh god, how many stacks was it, by the way? Was it like 40 stacks, I think was the max number? Boy howdy, that is a lot of hand with no follow-up action. Oh wait, we do have a metal. We do have a draw in our hand. I missed. Feels like we're definitely getting stacks a lot slower here too. I guess try to Nia's Curiosity into our other draw effects. And then let Adagio cause a refresh. Oh, we were one off. I can count. Not really much of a, like, popping Maribell's shield here is not really worth it. Yes, you do want you have to have 2 forbidden if you want to go AP positive on the draw effect that's going to have a cost associated with it. If I had a 0 cost draw a card effect, I would only need 1 Eternal Hunger to loop. But because my draw effect on a mirror is a 1, I have to have 2 of them, unfortunately. Oh boy howdy, what is this hand? We do find the other Adagio, but that's not quite what we were hoping to find. I guess we can G-chord instead and do it this way. Did not draw into it. Shoot. This is a really good build of where, or this is a good showcase of where the other version of her MK2 would be relevant. There's a version that lets you attack all enemies and gain shield for that amount. So we could actually get a lot more value out of the Shelter Strike, where mine is more of a one target combo build. Wow, we're really low on stacks. Oh, wait, no, because this guy has impair, bro. I forgot. The whole reason why I was not doing this guy was because the impair nonsense. I remember now. I'm gonna have to burn the impair effects off of the other cards before I go into a bigger combo. Oh, yeah. Like, I remember why I wasn't doing this earlier for some reason. Oh. Listen, there's so many different bosses to remember, right? Oh, I meant Nia's first. Gosh darn it. We want to try to high roll the G chord into double draw effects here. We'll get to cycle the deck. Feels really bad to have all three in hand, too, and it's just like, well, can't do anything with it here. Yeah, we don't have enough ways to, like, untrigger the impair that's hitting us, so we're not going to get the full value from our shield generation. I mean, I guess we are. We can, like, just slowly build up stacks. But, I mean, now we're running out of time just against the boss in general, right? Oh, well, at least we do have a draw here to go AP positive. Wonder how many stacks it actually takes to get the full amount. The perma -3 is definitely not feeling good. Yeah, like, I haven't done crab in, like, what, a month at this point, too? That's, like, the other thing to consider. I mean, on one hand, we can just keep stacking up our metallization. I mean, damn, we're up to 2,000. We're going. We're trying to go the distance. So I guess this would have been a good chance to do, like, be at 7 ego points, go Maribell into a mirror to get, like, the most amount of shielding in a turn. And now we don't have her exhaust ability. Oh, I should have done Nia's Curiosity to actually try to find the one to negate the attack. There is a cap on shields. It's 2x of your maximum health. All right, so nobody is doing anything, so I have a full turn to combo if we actually draw pieces. I mean, that's as good as it's gonna get. Because we have this to give us a little bit of shield too, so. I think we used our metalize though. I think. Yeah, so we're gonna go up to 50 stacks now. So 50 stacks, 24, 58. We can do our double vulnerable on everything and then have our 2 shelter strikes. So 14,000, yeah, so less than what we had last time. And 11,000. So it technically kills, so sure. Sure. Again, this is more proof of concept stuff. We're doing the everything but the 1 minus draw, so yeah, I think it has to be the Adagio then. Unfortunately, like trying to farm Nia is kind of toxic though, right? Oops. Combatants. Because what this means is we actually got to swap up our team. I don't know if I hate farming Vanguards more or trying to get supports carried through. Oh my god, where is she? Because, like, she just does not heal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not so sure that my Veronica can solo carry as well. All right, we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can high roll another run, but I think without having the max HP item, we are going to be pretty limited in what our top end is looking like. But we've gone from 20k to 30k damage, which is nice. We don't need any of this. I'm probably not going to be super aggressive with the double removal here either. I'm just going to take a removal plus HP reduction if we get it. Or we can't. Which one's virus? Oh, it's that one. Yeah. Nope. Not what I meant to do. Gosh darn it. I mean, whatever. It was going to reset us anyways. Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem, right, is that you got to have Adagio and Eternal Hunger. It's just like, all right, hope you get those too. And to be fair, there's like 2 versions of Adagio you can make work, but still doesn't feel the greatest at times. All right. Elites and tunnel. Where are we going? Oh, nice. We actually do have a shop right into the tunnel. I mean, that is a perfect, perfect setup for us. Some extra elites. Yeah, this is great. The damage cube is good on Veronica, assuming that you are using Nia and you are using her with a more neutral attacks. Ballistas only gain their damages from like the second method and stuff like that is like the main damage increasers. But again, that also is like Dimensional Cube is really more for high rolling bosses. Of like using your big ego skill and popping off on them. Instantly remembering why I kind of hate farming this. But yeah, if we could get both like Sphere of Randomness and Cage in a turn, that would be great. So we do not have our copy target, which means we do want to fight. Might as well do a little extra damage here while we can. Let me grab. Oops, all healing and shielding and all that good stuff. We got our evade, which is nice. Put that on Mika since she's always going to be the throwaway target for us. Yeah, Chizuru, man, I miss using Chizuru. Just the problem of like always having to focus on new characters and stuff, or wanting to make sure we showcase more interesting stuff. Again, in this case, like the Maribell OTK build. Yeah, I mean, back in the Monster Hunter days, right? We'd always call it the Desire Sensor is strong. But you know, we'll probably miss it on this run now. I said straight across, right? Now I don't remember. Yeah, straight across into here, and we have double elite battles, which is nice. But yeah, man, if we could get our Maribell up to like 60% crit rate and actually having a good crit damage, like, man, I feel pretty confident we could get into like more of the 40 to 50k range. Like, I think that's, unless we get an actual perfect deck, I think 40 to 50k damage is what you want to shoot for. Assuming you have the right gear and the right epiphanies, and not talking like divines and stuff like that. Why couldn't I get the top 3, man? Like, this makes me want to reset already. But we're gonna go until tunnel. We're gonna hope for the tunnel, and then if we don't get it, we'll just reset and go from there. Yeah, Nia is definitely my least favorite to farm for right now, but I mean at the same time is the Adagio loop is absurdly strong. I can only choose to either copy the homing laser plus 1 AP a third time or take Divine Cobalt Light with 1 AP to invulnerable. I would, assuming you have the move homing laser, I would always pick the homing laser in that situation. Yeah, I mean, I do all my farming on stream, too, so, like, I did get pretty lucky in just stumbling into this build when I did, but, of course, now that I'm actually trying to, like, target them, I think it's not going to be, you know, as lucky, I would say. I just realized it discarded our Ballista, man. That's not good. And I think that's one thing I'm trying to, like, I want to be able to make content that goes back and showcases old combatants that will hopefully get players, like, re-excited to try them out, or maybe someone's been sitting on your bench for a while. But unfortunately, because somebody on Reddit asked me, it's like, well, hey, why don't more people go back and do, like, older content, meaning, like, older combats and stuff, and unfortunately, like, the video is just not doing well. Let's see where it's even at. So I was happy to do the Maribell video just to try to, like, get it out there and hopefully get some people talking about it, but it's very hard to go back and do some of these old showcases when the views just aren't there for it. But I got a cool clip on Reddit. You know, we got to see the build come together. We got to do the big 30k damage turn, so there is still, like, enjoyment to get out of that side of it, but man, it is rough to try to make content for the game. I've quickly come to learn. So again, for those that don't know, I actually come from the TCG side of the world. So I am a TCG content creator for the last 11 years. I cast for Bandai card games as well as Cookie Run or Dev Sisters. And I've only recently tried to start this channel, this content, and all this stuff, but I'm having fun with it, so that's what I'm going to focus on all the same. All right, well, good news, she came back. Bad news, this guy is still staring me down. Some dudes have their own save data slaves? What do you mean by that? Like people who farm the save data for them? Because, I mean, damn, if so, man, that is the best life, I guess. That's crazy. Yeah, hey, I'm going to do my best to try to get as much pre-farming done as I can because I'm also very excited for Enfield. So, thankfully, the Chaos Zero Nightmare patch drops the week before Enfield, and then it'll be like 2 weeks of Enfield, and then it'll be back to Chaos Zero Nightmare, and then hopefully that's just how the rotation will work out for me. But, again, I know there's been some drama surrounding Enfield. I am going into it mostly blind. I am personally excited for it because it plays a lot like Xenoblade Chronicles, so that's why I'm really excited, and I hope it turns out to be a good game. But otherwise, if I bounce off of it or whatever, I'll just do a like review style of video, and I'll say like, hey, this is why I'm not playing it, and then maybe in the future, if they improve on it, I'll go back to it, right? What's the verdict on Divine Epiphany rate on higher difficulty? So the Japanese community did make a follow-up tweet with some more sample size. They did they tested over 120 different Epiphanies or something like that, and there wasn't any change in the rates. So there's no difference in farming for divines in difficulty 8 through difficulty 11. Activate one card. Oh, with the lowest cost would be... So we can never pick this one. This mute accent is actually fine because it does free up hand space, which can be very relevant. Oh, shoot. I forgot to... Hold on. Did I just go the wrong way? No, I can go up. I'm like, I think I just messed up, y'all. No, we can go back. Enfield will be an incredible game with a very mediocre gacha. I'm curious to see where it lands. I will delete my... Actually, we kind of want to keep attacks for now. So we're going to deck thin where we can, but ironically, the Whirlpool is kind of good in this team build. I wonder how much of it is algorithm versus audience interest. Do you mean about like the views on the Maribell video and stuff? She doesn't gain any shield herself, but I mean, I'll take it for now. All right, our first removal otherwise. Also, do not sleep on this card in the right builds. By the way, self-generating experiment is goated. This is a hella nice card. That and the other one that like lets you draw is really, really good. Which, now that I say that, I might try to get a late run, oh my god, I forget the name of the card now. I'll try to get a late version run of that card that that draws you an extra card once per turn. I totally forget the name of the upgrade. Tunnel. All right, moment of truth. Are we going to reset? Reset! Yay! Yay! Everything's great. Oh, yeah, yeah. We'll try a couple runs here, see how reset treats us and all that stuff, but then it is getting late. I got work tomorrow and I want to eat something, so we might only do a little bit more of seeing how lucky we can get. Like, the Nia save that we had, plus... Well, obviously the right fixing the gear is important too, but the Nia save that we had plus that one upgrade card, I think is going to be like perfect for what we actually want, but we will see how it goes. Yeah, sure. Remove 2. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, to a point, this is what we sign up for, right? Again, to a point, this is what we sign up for. I definitely agree that it needs to be better, and I look forward to the update in I wasn't gonna say January. That's not right. March. I think it's March. Oh, yikers. That is a pretty far back. I'm not going to deal with this just to get a shot, man. You know what? Maybe I am. I gotta remind myself that we gotta care about the run and trying to set ourselves up for success. So the correct pathing for this one is to suck it up and deal with the enhanced idiot. Yes, the algorithm, well, it comes down to like what people are searching, right? Like I accept that people are searching for like Serenial and that's going to be the main focus for right now, but at the same time, it feels really bad that you have like a 1 week window to make content on whatever the patch is, and then you're not allowed to do anything for 2 weeks. Like, I want to make videos, man. Like, I want to stream. I want to talk about the game. Like, I want to be able to do stuff like that Maribell video that I posted. But, you know, in the TCG world that I come from, that would have been fine. Unfortunately, I'm learning very quickly that in the gacha world, it just does not work out that well. Do I know what it is? What % of people that watched you are not subscribed? I'm sure I could look that up through metrics. But it's always like there's, you know, 15% of people are actually subscribed. Cisco CWF, thank you for the follow. And the Prime sub. Oh, well, the Prime sub works. There you go. Jesus, that became very large. Thank you for the Prime sub, brother. Hopefully your evening's going well. But yeah, you know, for me, I work full-time. I got a job. You know, I just do a lot of this for fun, but I've been surprised at how well the channel's been doing for Chaos Zero Nightmare, so I'm hoping that I can do more with it, and that's also kind of the other reason why I'm looking into Enfield, is that I just might have to have 2 games on the channel, and maybe that's just like the normity, right, for what we can expect. To speed up this run a little bit, I'm gonna go skip some zones here. No, sorry, 15, not 50. I guess I could look really quick, right? Analytics. Let me see if I can remember where this is really quick. Uh, 74.7% of people are not subscribed. I have no idea how good that is or not, but there you go. That's the number. Sorry, now I'm curious what other metrics are in here. Yep, that's just last 28 days. Winchester Bro, thank you for the follow as well. Nice. What other gacha are you playing currently, Cisco? Not having anything else there to, let's put that back on top. But I will say, you know, at least people are, as long as people are enjoying the new content too, like that, at least, like, I accept that the new content's going to be like the new shiny thing right now. Like, I'm coming to terms with that, but it's just in the future. And Crimson with the Prime sub as well. Thank you. I will say, in the future, when there's going to be a split between Chaos Zero Nightmare and Enfield, now you know why, but again, I don't know how other creators are. I'm always going to be transparent about it. If I like a game, I'll tell you guys. If I don't like it, I'm going to say whatever, who cares? And I'll, you know, I'll do a review video and maybe I'll revisit it later, but I'm not going to make videos on a game that I don't like. Like, if I bounce off of it, I'm not going to sit there and do it just because it's popular. But I really enjoy Chaos Zero Nightmare. I just might have to realize that maybe it's more of just streaming and only doing the big patch updates and let that be it. We'll see. And if this guy could drop the ribcage for me so people actually know what item I'm talking about, that'd be really great. Oh, I know Girls Frontline too. I checked that game out when it launched as well. As much as I like wouldn't call myself a gacha player in like standard terms, because like I play Grand Blue Fantasy, but like that was it really before Chaos Zero Nightmare. I have been trying to look into other games just to see like what the community reception is, what's the good about it, what's the bad about it, all that kind of stuff. This I guess. Oh, that was the wrong thing to put on top. I guess we didn't have a draw thing. Well, so it's not just sponsors. Like there's a very fine line between, you know, doing what's good for the YouTube channel that'll make it continue to grow, so that like if in the future if I want to do more with it beyond sponsorships, like let's say I want to go full time with it, I still have to do things that's going to push the channel in a good direction. If I start doing like too many niche videos or just doing too many things that just don't feed well into the algorithm, I will only hurt my own channel and not be able to do more with it. And so like that's the very careful balance that I have to strike between doing a video that I want to, like the Maribell video, versus making sure that I'm waking up at 3 a.m. and doing those like patch release videos, which again, I don't mind. I sign up for that. But it's very much of like, hey, you have to do what the YouTube algorithm wants, or you're going to be wasting your time. That's the unfortunate truth about it. Unless you have like, you know, 100,000 subs, you can't just always do the content that you want to do. Oh wait, is this Gluttony? Ooh, let's not absorb attack cards. That would be bad. I mean, I guess we have our Ballista active. Actually, it should be fine. We need the shop for removal. Before I forget again. Just remove any card, basically. Early Moon of Destruction is kind of insane. Where is the tunnel again, man? Am I... Sorry, I yapped too much now. Okay, so we have 2 more elite battles, and then there's the reset potential. So yeah, but again, for me, that's the fine line that I will draw. I will not just sit there and hate myself to make a video just to try to appease the YouTube gods. Like, that is a very fine line that I will always draw. Because if I make content that I'm not happy making, I promise y'all will know. I am way too transparent of a person. And no one's gonna have a good time watching that either. Both of them have retained. But we'll see. Bigger picture, all the Serennial stuff did well. I get it's a downtime before the Tower of Screams drops. Like, this is just a bad month for Chaos Zero Nightmare in the bigger scheme of things. Okay, seeing double rapid fire off the top is not exactly what we wanted there. That is not what I meant to draw. Or cast, I should say. The real downside of having to rely on these ballistas, man, they just take so long. This is why when I'm doing this run, usually after the first boss, I'll take a neutral on Veronica just to have more damage dealing. Especially if we don't get Giant Ballista, which, spoiler, we did not get Giant Ballista this run. Sure. That does... She has a lot of cycling, so that will give us a bit of shielding. Oh, did I close my... Oh, I closed my YouTube window. Whoops. Ugh. See, the biggest problem with this one is that you can't actually loop the Eternal Hungers with it, because it just goes to straight discard. Alright, just because I'm a glutton for punishment, I want to see, I want to see if we get the right card or not. Also, this guy is awful to try to do in a team without attacks. You actually can with the follow-up card that it creates, but doesn't it discard the first one and then the second one you put on top? I guess I have to remember how this actually, the card actually reads. We do not have a shield or anything. Wait, yeah, so it doesn't have the same thing, right? Am I crazy? This is just a straight discard, right? Yeah, so you'd have to... Ugh. Yeah, like, I guess, so, sure. I guess there is a way to make this work. There is a way to still let this be the value engine. Okay, sure, I'm not going to draw any of the pieces I want. Oh, I keep forgetting the second one puts it on top, though. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a different adagio. I'll have to see how it actually is in testing. Now, again, it all depends on if we actually get the Eternal Hunger out of the pit or not. So that is the next moment of truth, as it were, but we'll see what it gets us. Sure, I'm just going to take this just to get out of the pool. We got to go across twice. Yeah, I do like the idea that it could free up a hand slot, because one of the major issues that we run into with Nia constantly is, like, your hand just gets cramped. So if you get a free discard off the first one, maybe that's fine. It's just, it doesn't have as strong as AP generating. All right, doesn't matter anyways. Who cares? Who cares, right? Not gonna get it anyways. Oh, yeah. This is why I've been dreading, like, this file, or this run in particular, man. Like, now that we know, we can make our Nia save a lot better, but, oh, God, to get the RNG of it to line up is going to hurt a little bit. All right, let's go back and final thoughts to this with our Maribell. And again, being level 60 would help out a lot. Getting more defense, getting more health so we can have a bigger shield. Bigger shield means more damage would be nice. Crit chance is low. Crit damage is low, even with the bonus that we're getting from both of these. So we could definitely do a lot better. Again, keeping in mind from a stat priority standpoint, we would want to go crit rate is equal to crit damage. HP is going to be your top importance for substats because that's going to increase the shield value. And again, that HP equals damage. That's how you really should be thinking about this build in particular. HP is the only damage boosting element for Maribell for this very particular build. So Conquerors, at least for right now with Executioners, is going to be the best because from a set bonus, there's really nothing else that gives us the value that we're looking for. And you really can't go wrong with plus 60% crit damage in this case. Potentials, same thing. You would technically, if you want to min-max this build, you got to get our potential up because more health, more damage. The crit chance would definitely help out a little bit. I think it's like, what, extra 6% crit chance? Would be nice. You know, that would help us out. The unique, these don't matter as much. These would boost the off-turn damage, but this does not boost her mythic card. Remember, the mythic card is a flat damage, but this would help give you bigger shields for the off turns that you really want to increase your off-turn damage. Okay, I can't think of a better term for it. Yes, shields do scale off of defense. However, there is a maximum to the amount of shields that you can gain that is equal to double your total health. So for us to get the most value out of what we've been trying to maximize her damage, because for those that missed it, and I have a whole video on YouTube where you can see a full run, please go check out the video. But the way that this works is that we're going to be using a mirror. Boop. 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 Amir has this ego skill that allows us to get maximum shield available. And what we're using this for is the Shelter Strike card, which Maribell says deal damage equal to your shield amount. And so to get more shield, we need to have a higher HP threshold. The defense scaling, I promise you, does not matter for this build. For Amir, like, yes, you still want to build her as like a traditional shielder, because you're going to pick some neutral cards for her to give you shield. But beyond that, like, you are going to scale metalize high enough that you are going to have a turn where you're getting like 4,000 shield off of just using her ego skill. And then when you do that, you're able to hit for like 15,000 damage off of a single Shelter Strike. And again, for those that don't know what card that is, I passed her. That is this card. So this allows us to make the most out of the Amir ego skill, which then makes us do like 30,000 damage or more in a single turn. Now, that is with casting 2 cards of Shelter Strike and then both critting. If we got a third Shelter Strike, you know, we'd be doing closer to 45,000 to 50,000 damage in a single turn off of 3 attacks. And that's pretty insane. Now, again, we can push that damage even more by having more HP. We could get better gear to line this up. Now, for her, I think this is still going to be like, we did get the perfect damage boosting applications for Maribell. But keep in mind, you're still going to want stuff like Relentless Endurance, because this allows you to still do damage with Maribell while being defensive on those like off turns where you're not able to use Amir's ego skill. So when you're trying to still do damage and you're still trying to chip away, this is really great because you can just slam down a Relentless Endurance, get like 600 shield, and then off a single Shelter Strike, you're still going to do like 4,000 damage, right? You're able to still find lines that give you enough damage to progress through turns until you get like that big combo payoff. So there's a lot more optimization that we could do with this. I think this Maribell is like, this should have been the upgrade. The only thing I'm sad about for this This could have been Sphere of Randomness, which is the Mr. Cthulhu drop that gives us 10% more HP. Obviously, would be very good. The OIC could be the upgrade just for more deck thinning. The rest of this is pretty solid, honestly. And then with Amir, where's my Amir save? With Amir, we got really lucky with a draw epiphany, but honestly, it comes down to getting Eternal Hunger so you can loop it with Nia, because yes, you do have to spend a lot of AP to build up this combo, but then literally a Divine on any epiphany that you want for this build that says draw a card, you're totally fine with. So, you know, Hovering Metal, this one has been pretty good. I would, you know, say that this is a fine one to get the draw epiphany on too, but the main challenge becomes like how quickly can you cycle through your deck to get the 50 stacks of metallization that you really need to get the full thing going. So that is the one thing I'll say. Lastly, if you want to check it out, the video, make sure to go, it's on YouTube. I do a full breakdown of the build as well as talking about a run, but I always try to end my streams as kind of like a final thought, answer any questions in chat if there's any questions at the very end, and then just talk about, like, you know, what parts we got for the build. Is there still some gaps? What did we learn along the way? And honestly, like, this was pretty cool. I'm probably going to swap to Calliope or Magna next, just because I'm trying to cycle through all of the Vanguards leading up to the tower. Oh, sorry, the other thing I forgot to mention with Maribell. Which one is it? Yes, so this one, right? If you are trying to do a build that is focused on a AoE heavy fight, like, let's assume Tower of Screams is going to be, hey, here's 5 fight. Well, we know it's 5 fights in a row, so it's going to be 5 waves, right? But here's 5 waves, and it's 5 of those damn bugs from, like, the bug plant. I keep the second swamp, right? Or the second chaos. That's where you're going to want this version of MK2, because it's going to give you a shit ton of shields for just a single AP. Like, I was testing this, and this is not fully upgraded, mind you, right? Like, this is not a fully invested Maribell at all. But off of this one single action point card, we were able to generate like an upwards of 700 shield. That's pretty insane, right? So this is another one where I would want to go back and try to maybe get an extra copy of Shelter Strike if we can, because oh my god, the shielding that you can get off this thing when you also have Rune Lance to boost your shielding even further, bro, yo, this was goated. So this is I talk about like this OTK build that I've been working on, but if there's a build that I'm actually excited to see how it comes together, because I'm expecting the content to be heavily focused on multi-wave, multi-enemy, it's actually going to be this Maribell with my Magna build that I built out forever ago. Yeah, with this version of Magna, which is all about just pure counterattack, infinite stacks of vulnerability, and just going to town, right? So I'm really gonna have fun. I want to make this deck a little bit better, so like this will probably be my next work in progress to clean up some of the items that we got. Now that we know what we know about shieldings, maybe we try to get a little bit more HP mixed in. This is kind of where I want to be going next. So Calliope and Magna are definitely up next for builds. I think both of them are, yeah, let me just strip that. Nobody saw that. I think both of them still need like potential work. Yeah. So there's a lot more to do. There's a lot more to spend stamina on. So we'll see where things end up. But with that, we are going to actually, I know Sue is offline. Is anybody else on still for that is streaming? Nope, the normal crew is all offline. So that is going to end things for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by the stream and also checking out the Maribell video on YouTube. Until then, you know, have a great start to your week. Go drink some water. Stay hydrated. That's really important. And we'll be back tomorrow night with the more Vanguard story continues as we get ready for the Tower of Screams, joining us January 14th in Chaos Zero Nightmare as the major January update that we can look forward to. And then the week after that is going to be Enfield. So I'm going to be very excited for a lot to look forward to later on this month. So until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.